the years, I've blown many accounts, but I've learned one important thing. And when I started implementing it, I became a profitable Forex trader. How funny, right? I had to lose in order to start profiting from algo trading. And the lessons aren't over. Just this morning, we lost 2 accounts, one trading the new Sentinel and the other trading the Market Master on dollar CAD. So it's a process of winning and losing. And of course, at the end, the only thing that matters is that you're profiting more than you are losing. And the one thing I've learned and what I will show in this video actually made me profitable. Oh, and I will also look at the comments from the post where I asked you to share your trading mistakes. Funny, just a few comments, not like the previous posts which I recorded about. It will be fun. Let's get started. So let's start with the Sentinel, which is the newest TA from Value Trading, probably one of the most famous vendors who developed Waka Waka, Percept Trader, Golden Pickaxe, and like I said in many of our videos, we start building some trust in these vendors, right? But there is one crucial mistake we missed with my team here. However, we started trading this account back in the end of April. Immediately it went in a loss. It was hanging in a floating loss for quite a long time, and early this morning the margin wasn't enough, so we closed the account. However, the vendor is transparent and they actually keep the live check on their track record, which was stated August 2019 when they launched that. A $2,000 live account that grew to above $10,000, but now as you can see there is a massive drawdown, which is over 50% of a floating loss, which shows that probably the Sentinel is suitable expert advisor for huge accounts, just like the Waka Waka, right? But the thing is, when they launched it, we back tested it for $1,000 live account and it worked just fine, and it was coming from a trusted vendor. So number 1, trusted vendor. 2, proven track record with green live update, and number 3, backtest that matches this track record. And because we had all of that, we missed demo trading this expert advisor, and it's probably the only demo we've missed to do in the last 1 year. Everything else, everything you see on the Algo trading space platform goes through demo testing first. But when this one was launched, and I probably said it to my team, I can't remember exactly the moment. I think I said, let's put it straight on live because we have all of these checks, right? Crucial mistake that we will never repeat. And the second account we've lost today was trading the Market Master on dollar Canadian. We've been trading it since November last year. It was going smoothly upwards and it went in a big drawdown. This one, it was trading exactly the dollar CAD. You can see that initially we were trading it with 0.03, second, third and fourth order, and there was not enough margin. And again, probably that's suitable for a bigger account, but we always want to make sure the EAs work properly on $1,000 account before we move it to a bigger account. And we want to see at least 6 months of proven track record on $1,000 live account, and this one just passed the test. We didn't include it in any of our portfolios. You can see that it's been trading for 216 days, but probably just in the next ones we would have included it. However, let me share what exactly happened here. I remember very clearly, and I checked the emails this morning. I wrote to the vendor because the Euro-Dollar Market Master account was performing great. It is still performing great. And I say, hey Andreas, can you check if Market Master works on other assets because it's very profitable on Euro-Dollar? And he did some work, he backtested it, he sent some set files for the dollar CAD and pound yen, but he said, I am very skeptical about them, I wouldn't use them. You backtested yourself, if you find them profitable, go ahead, but I would stick to Euro-Dollar. And with my team, we backtested it, we saw that it works well, and we've put 2 accounts. Obviously, it was a mistake. So the 2 lessons I've learned this morning, everybody keeps learning, so I do, is number 1, always demo test no matter from where the EA is coming. If we had it on a demo, this drawdown would be there and we would never put it on a live account. And number two is stick to what the vendors recommend. Don't try to twist things because they know the best the strategy from the inside. They've built it, they know what they've built it for, and just use what they recommend. But the main thing I've learned over the years, and which has just been confirmed once again, is that we have to treat every loss as an operational cost. It's the cost of doing business, it's the cost of my business, and it's the cost of your business, because manual trading or algo trading is your personal business. No matter who you follow or where you buy an EA from, the moment you place it on a chart or the moment you place a trade manually, it becomes your responsibility. It is entirely your own decision. Every month I allocate a certain amount of money to invest in EAs, including licenses, new live accounts, and funded accounts. And for example, the Darwin-X platform is a great solution to test new EAs if you want to see how they would perform in a live environment. Instead of opening $1,000 live account, or like we see some of the EAs need more money, more margin, you can open a Darwin-X account because it's just $45 a month. It's a subscription model and you get the 100k capital as a live trading environment, and you can check how this expert advisor performs. You can also get a yearly plan which discounts the monthly cost, or the 3-year where you can add different bonuses. But if you really want to check if an expert advisor is profitable or not on a live environment, you can do it for a few months here. If it turns out to be profitable, that's great. You will receive allocation, you will receive payouts like I showed in some of my previous videos. And if it's losing, you've lost just a couple of $100 probably, but not thousands of dollars in live accounts. And all of our Darwin-X accounts are visible in the funded trading section. If you search for Darwin-X, you will see 5 accounts that are profitable, currently trading, and in some of them we have allocation. But if you want to replicate these, if you download the set files, you can do that only if you are a member. Just use the join button down below to get all of the perks for the VIP. Join the Discord, it's really useful place. I do my best to maintain this community. Actually, my team does, because they are responding nearly everyone very quickly. But if you decide to download the set files, you make sure to change a little bit here and there, because otherwise you will get correlated with our accounts. You will not be able to withdraw profits. I won't be able to withdraw profits as well. So use those as an idea what works on Darwin-X, but make some modifications. And now let's see the post where I said I've blown accounts, more than 1, 2 more this morning. And each time I was convinced I had it figured out. What about you? Tell me, what's your worst trading mistake you've ever made? Share it below in the comments. I'll react to your stories and what I learned from mine. No judgment. And guess what? Just 3 comments. It was quite funny to see this morning, and we have like 3 more in Instagram. Quite funny because with the previous posts of this kind there were so many comments, but when it comes to mistakes, I guess you guys just don't want to share them, or you feel bad about them. I totally understand that, but let me tell you something. The mistakes we make teach us a lot, and if you learn from your mistakes, you will become profitable trader. If you hide them, feel shy, and you don't want to share it with the world, with the people around you, with me, you will probably never realize that it was actually a mistake in the first place. So think about it. Feel free to add a comment. I will answer, and you will feel better because you shared your mistake. Trust me. Denzel Washington one time said, if you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll repeat it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. So even if you haven't made a mistake, don't be afraid to make one. This will teach you a lot, and I'll leave the speech from Denzel down below and the description because it's super strong. I often listen to it and it applies so well to trading. So the first comment says, oh, there is 4, there is one more. That's great. The first one says, I had one gold EA on a 5k account and I took bigger position because the EA keep doing really well till one day the price went the wrong direction. Okay, price always goes in the right direction, remember that. I would up at 3 AM to see a massive drawdown of 5k accounts. I have to add another 5k to make sure I would make it during the night. It recovered and I stopped using the EA ever again. Good you woke up during the night. One thing I want to tell you, if you woke up because of these accounts, because you saw that it's going in a loss, I'll tell you that you took a big risk before it blew. If you are worried about an account, a position, an investment, you should stop it before the worst happens, right? If you are worried about it, then it means that you took too big risk. The recent accounts, they were in a floating loss for quite a long time and I wasn't worried. I didn't even look at them. I just got the email from the broker for the margin call. I accepted the risk prior to setting the account. This is crucially important. If you're worried about something, just close it, okay? Wait for recover, close it, but good that you added money, you succeeded in recovering, and you are not trading this EA again. If you share which one that is, it will be great and very useful. The second one says, try to think I knew better than the EA and I closed trades. Big mistake. Yes, this is when emotions hit in algo trading. Once you set up the EA, once you decide the risk, once you have the backtest, the vendor's accounts, the results from the algo trading space, and you set up the account, just leave it trade automatically. Don't interfere manually. I've spent a lot of time to teach my team that, because at the beginning, in the first years, they were always trying to convince me that we have to close that trade, we have to add to that position. No, if you trust the EA, let it trade. The third comment says, treating funded accounts as challenges with high risk. Also, when switching to funded due to different rules, I was up $2,000 with Lucid, that's a prop firm, but thought that's the buffer plus 100 and then lost it all when I could have taken out at least 500 to 1,000. Now, my suggestion is always to withdraw profits, no matter if you're trading live, funded, Darwin X or prop firms. It's still a capital, it's still an amount you can withdraw. Withdraw profits regularly. Put your own rules. You don't need to follow my rules of 20% or whatever. Just something that will tell you, hey, it's time to withdraw profits. Let's spend them on this. Let's withdraw from that account and I'll spend them for this. I'll open a new account, I'll buy a new EA, doesn't matter. Withdraw regularly and spend the money on something, or of course save them. But that's a really good comment, by the way, because I see this often, is that people treat challenges and funded accounts and live accounts differently. Oh, I will go risky on the challenge, then I will lower risk on the funded account. No, it's the same thing. It's the same EA. It's the same system you're using. It's capital you're trading on. It doesn't matter if it's a challenge funded prop or whatever. It is an account you are trading. Treat it the same way. Pass the challenge with the same risk that you've planned initially. Keep trading the same way in the funded account. This way you will avoid any emotions. And the fourth comment says, my biggest mistake is using your prop firm EA robots. And I'm glad you posted this comment, because I could have just deleted it, but I want to be super transparent and answer everybody. Now, the prop firm app we created in algo trading space, but it's not ours. It was developed by a third-party company where we wanted to generate strategies automatically for many different assets. And recently we combined the top 10 in the prop up by lowering the price and adding more symbols in here. And we are constantly working on better and better generation of the EAs. Now, I clearly said in many videos that those are generated EAs. Take them like EAs coming from AI, not a trader who developed the EAs. The fact that we have this out of sample shows that the strategies were generated for a specific period, or this we call historical data, and then we can see after the moment they were generated what is the performance. That's called the out of sample period. So thank you again for posting this comment. I'm really sorry to hear you consider it as a mistake, but I really want to make it clear one more time here. The prop up is the only solution for prop firms in algo trading. I think I said it in the best possible way. All market EAs are unacceptable from prop firms. Sooner or later they will detect it's a market EA, somebody else is using it, they will block your account, you will get banned. It happened to me many times. That was the reason we created this app. Of course it's not perfect because these are generated EAs, but the app provides so many different strategies, so many different assets that when you start trading with a couple of them, you have much higher chances on the prop industry compared to if you're trading other EAs or compared to if you're trading manually. Also, with the latest version, and I really hope you had the chance to test it, we've added plenty of new tools where you can arrange all the assets depending on the out of sample profit. This is something very useful. So if I arrange the strategies like that, on the top I can see for the different symbols which are the strategies that made the most money after they were created. That's very logical. Imagine you buy 10 EAs from the MQL. What you will do? You will put them on demo, and after some time you will trade those that made the most money for you on the demo, right? That's exactly what it is. The first strategy made the most money after it was created. And I agree that it is very hard to pick the right strategies from there. On live account, so far we've been trading the gold. It makes 4% a month. But if you look at the track record, so that's a withdrawal here, the growth rate, it goes up and down, and overall it's profitable. So it really depends how you pick the EAs from the app and how much you are risking. On Instagram we have 3 comments. The first one says bird. I've spent probably 2 minutes just staring at this comment at the beginning before recording this video, and I have no idea how to comment on that, how to react on that, guys. I don't know. Just you react yourself the way you want. The next one says scaling in too early, then Bank of Japan, I guess that is, intervention. Yes, central banks like to talk, you know, they like to take decisions, they like to interfere in the market for one reason or another. I don't like them. I don't like news, and that's why I never ever watch news. I don't stop EAs during the news. I just make sure that we trade diversified portfolio of EAs with low risk, measured risk. The backtest shows that all these events, all these news, all of these Bank of Japan or European Central Bank, all of these statements and changing rates and hot economics news, they were already in the backtest. And the EAs we trade, they went over it. So we don't need to do anything about it. We don't care about them. And you don't need to change risk. Of course, if you're happy with the results, instead of scaling or increasing the risk, I would say add another EA to the portfolio, build a more diversified portfolio, but leave that one, the one that makes profits for you, leave it going, leave it profiting. Don't make it losing by scaling. And I genuinely love the third comment from Zach, which says manual trading. That's the mistake I've made. That's the mistake nearly everybody makes. It's a few people I've met from the hundreds and thousands of subscribers and traders in the algo trading space we have now that start with algo trading straight away. Those of you who start with algo trading straight away, You guys are just lucky. I'll be very happy if more of you share their worst trading mistake. I'll make sure to check in the next days, no matter if they are positive or negative. I can handle anything. I am very open to anything. I hear every feedback of yours, and that's how I've improved the entire live trading portfolio of the Algo trading space platform. And currently the capital is about 100k, and we make an average of 1 to 2%. The goal is 2 to 3% a month. Here in the table are all EAs that we are testing in live environments, so the percentage obviously is a little bit lower, and when it happens that we lose 1 or 2 accounts, obviously the month ends up with no profits, but on average we make 2 to 3% nowadays, and we lose accounts rarely. Those 2 in the morning, they were just mistakes that I'll make sure not to repeat. And if you want to see how to build a diversified portfolio, check out this video on my side, because this is the only way we can achieve more realistic percentage every month. As always, trade safe, don't forget I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.